Hello, 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 hello. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing good this fine day of Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. How are you doing, Victor?
I'm doing fine. I'm ready to hit the markets.
Nice, nice. And by the way, I'm using speakers. I don't have the headphones, so let me know if there's any echo or anything like that. How are you doing, guys? In the comments, let us. Yeah, normal face. Jonathan is back. I'm here. My yesterday was fun. Like honestly, that was quite fun. Um, and it's like before we started the stream, I had my camera like this, so no one in the team actually knew I went all in on the clown, so that was pretty fun. Definitely have to do something like that in the future. I'm just gonna adjust my camera here so that you can a beautiful face more of a close up.
It was a great move that clown costume you put on. I think
Yeah, that was
it's a
fun.
memorable moment, very memorable moment.
Yeah, we're making memories here. All right, I think that's better. Maybe something like that. All right, so guys, I'm just gonna what you see right here. Yeah, so why I did the clown face? I basically I lost a bet with Alex, and so before we go into that, I want to break down an idea here that I have on EU. So first, let's begin by looking at the higher time frames. We're at a resistance area here. I believe EU is hitting range EQ here, but I'm thinking maybe we'll break out here. So uh, yes, we're hitting high time frame resistance. We got the 4 hour candle closing about like 56 minutes, something like that. So it's not ideal, but there's a very good break and retest here on the 1 hour, and this break and retest is also very visible on the 15 minute right here, and we have a 5 minute candle closing in about 1 minute, and I think I want to get in on this move. I like this move for a possible move higher. Now, what do you think? What do you think, Victor? When you're looking at a chart like this and you're seeing the and you're seeing the high time frames being trading at resistance, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, if we look at, I look at, as you know, I look at the order blocks, and on the daily, I don't have anything until all the way up at 924. So that's quite higher. Quite, we still, based on that, we still have quite some room left. Maybe I should put on my screen. Let me do
Yeah.
that, and I can show exactly what I mean. There you go. That's my screen. So if I look at the daily, there isn't anything until this structure. So we still have quite some room to go up. And if you look at the H4, um, we do have some structures, but I'm not too sure how strong they're going to be, because price haven't. We still have to wait for price to get there and see how price reacts. But I don't know. There's a lot of space in here on different time frames, and perhaps this might make time price stop and pause. But I would still continue if price is forming bullish structures. I will still take longs, even though it seems like at this swing high, which could form some resistance. But I would still go long, because we did have, look at this, we did close. I not in this price feed, but if we look at that's because of the time of the close, we did leave a bullish engulfing on the daily behind. Well, sometimes price comes back to retest it, but not always. And from this point of view, considering this, price can go much higher. And this is the first time. This is the first move out of it. From after the formation of the order block, it can move quite some distance. So I would still not discard that long scenario. Continue to keep on long.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people in the comments being long EU as well. Let us know, guys, in the comments what you're trading today, what positions you're in. Let us know, and we can take a look at the chart. And we also have some plans here in on YouTube in this live trading room to integrate the Discord community more. And we want to. So the idea here with these live streams, it's to uh, to help you guys, because we are a funding firm, a prop firm, and we provide people with capital so they can trade. And if you guys make money on these accounts, we'll make money as well. So we want you guys to be successful. So the idea with these live streams are to provide you with education so that you can trade better and make better, decisions in trading. And for this to be possible, I want to take I want to go the route of looking at this as more of a mentoring type of thing, where we have people in the Discord. They will perhaps fill out a form with questions, maybe post a chart with a specific setup and explain the setup in detail. We will then take that trade, that setup, and that chart live here, break it down, and give that trader some advices on maybe they can put their stop loss in a better position, maybe they could take profits earlier. And there's also plans on maybe even reviewing people's trading journals here live, so that it's going to be a very cool educational experience. Yes, Alex is currently in a meeting. Hope. So I would think it's very cool if it just pops up as a clown, but that's not going to happen. We need to come up with a bet for Victor and Alex to lose, and obviously we want we want the probabilities to be on my favor this time. And let me gonna break this down. Why did I dress up as a clown? I'll show you. So we got the trade here. I think it was USD Yeah, I think it was USD and basically the bet was based on me taking a trade. No, which trade was it?
Euro Swiss, it was before NFP.
Yeah, so was it Euro? Was it USD Was it another Euro CHF? Yes, it was Euro CHF. So we basically had
Yeah,
So we had
you're
a
right.
bet
You're right.
where, so this was pre NFP, and so we actually changed the bet as well live in the Discord. We said, like, you know what, I'm probably going to take profit like here, or something like that, right? And or no, you know what happened was I had my TP. I changed my TP to like this level right here. So when price bounced here, I said to Alex, you know what, let's I'm probably gonna close the position, take some profits. And he like, yeah, close the position. And then when we were trading up here, that's when we made the bet. And I told him, you know what, if my TP gets hit, you'll dress up as a clown. If stop loss gets hit, I'll dress up as a clown. And look how close that got. Look, that wick right there, like it just pips from hitting that TP. So that was the bet. Next bet, we'll make sure to have a good trade going to make sure that either Victor or Alex is going to lose.
That
That one.
plan does not suit me very well because I have a lower win rate. So I'm gonna lose for
Yeah.
sure. The chances of losing is quite high if I compare it to you guys.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll do something. We'll do something. We'll
Yeah,
flip a
we'll
coin or
think up
something,
something.
and I'll buy one of those special coins, but only the same side on both. So, all right, we got EU here, and so I'm thinking I should wait for the 15-minute candle to close before making a decision here. And I'm thinking, well, so looking at the 1 hour, we have a good retest right here. We had the 15-minute. There's a good bounce right here. We had on the 5-minute. I would have loved to have gotten in on this move right here, but also there's something that kind of tells me that I should not be entering this trade. And I think, title of the live stream is Finding Your Edge, and I believe I have a technical edge and I also have a mental edge, but the mental edge is what I'm experiencing right now. I'm going through the trade and I'm saying things like, yeah, technically this makes sense. It's a break and retest on multiple time frames. It's looking good. But what's up, Ben? Hello, Ben. You just got a high. So yeah, technically it's a good trade, but mentally something's telling me not to take the trade. So that's what I have to go with. I have to first make my analysis, technical analysis, and if there's a trade, I move on to the second, the next phase, which is understanding if there's any, like, is trading psychology telling me something here? And it absolutely is. It's telling me that there's something I don't like about this.
But
I
can
mean, if
you
I go
put your
down to the
finger
1
on it?
minute, yeah, go ahead.
Can you is it possible to identify what is it that makes you think this is not a great place to enter, or maybe not enter right now?
Yeah, and it's usually the very first thing that comes to mind. So when I look at a chart, I see that in the first, honestly, like in the first 10 seconds, I'm not kidding. Like in the first 10 seconds, I see a setup, and that's the setup I should be trading. It's usually very, very obvious because I'm trading based on the break and retest with horizontal levels, and I try to have a very clean chart so I can see very, very clearly if there's a level, if there's been a break and retest, and should I enter. And the first thing I notice when on EU is high time frame resistance, and I'm thinking about going long. And the first thing I said when opening the chart is, this is a high time frame resistance. It's probably not a good idea to go long. That's where I should be stopping. That's the end of my analysis. The very first thing that comes to mind is usually, in my opinion, the best way, the best thought to make my decisions on. Because the more analysis I do, like there's a fine line between doing just a small bit of analysis and then going into the realm of analysis paralysis, right? Or not analysis paralysis, but it's too much analysis. Yes, I think that's the main thing. I'm quite good at understanding when it's time to take a step back. And you know what? This might move much higher, and that's okay, because you see here on the higher time frames, what I have here, like that would be my TP on a low time frame setup. I'm just watching like that. You can see how the next, if we break out here, the next resistance is, I'm thinking, that level. And on the lower time frames, this would be a fairly good trade. I would probably enter down here, TP up here, and then aim for maybe 3 or 4 hours. So that would be a good trade. But if you look at the daily, it's very easy to understand how this could turn into a swing trade, where we might even TP up here. And with a swing trade on the daily, we might see something like this, where we have the breakout and then come down and retest this level. And to me, this is the trade I should be taking. I should only be longing EU once we have cleared resistance and retested the breakout area. And when this happens, that's when I can go into lower time frames, get a tight entry, and then ride it up to that TP. So that's the way I should be trading. And as soon as I start deviating from my plan, that's when I gotta, take it easy.
You're seeing based that swing trade, because actually that swing trade I'm also eyeing. The only thing is I'm not looking to get right now, since you're trying to get in on a break and retest. If I look at my screen, we just on the weekly we have formed a fresh order block on the weekly. I have right there, and what I'm waiting for is a retest of this. But eventually, if this happens, if it comes back, retest this, I'm going to go for the next this move. This is what I'm waiting for. Don't know if it's going to happen. And possibly because this order block has been mitigated already, you could even justify putting your TP a little bit higher, either the swing or perhaps even this, right? And this fits in. This is the same thing that I think you're seeing with the daily, right? So it comes back into a not exactly the same entry, right? Because you think you're waiting for that break and retest. But I'm trying to catch, if this happens, I'm going to be catching this similar trade as you would, right? On the higher time frames,
Yeah.
aiming for a higher target, even if I have different entry criteria.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. It's yeah, it's definitely a different type of setup, but yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense. An entry down there, but it's interesting. We're trading very different trading styles here, but yeah, it's just interesting how trading is. You can be profitable with lots of different trading strategies and system, and that's the beauty of this. It's that's definitely the beauty of this. I want to break down. Let me see. We had two trades yesterday. I talked about two trades yesterday where we had a Euro AD and GBP AUD. And all in all, like there's two things here. So I just covered these two trades in my trading journal, and I kind of want to go through some of the things that I covered in the journal. So you can see here on the white dotted line right here, it says exited here. So this is when I actually exited position. And so the first thing I did write in my journal is the fact that the exit was not based on technicals. I did not move my stops to entry or anything like that. I remember this morning, that was around 8:30 in the morning, and I was on my way home from dropping the kids off at the bus. So I was walking home, and I pulled up TradingView on the phone, and I saw that it was trading like this. And I said, you know what? This makes no sense for me to be in this trade anymore. It's going to hit that entry. It's probably going to break out and hit that stop loss. I'm going to close this trade. Okay. And what happened right after I closed this trade? Well, of course, this happens, right? And now we're trading down here. And this is a almost 4.3 R trade. A 4.3 R trade with my trading system means that, right now going through my journal, I have, let's actually take a look at that. Right now, I have this month a 44.5% win rate. Having a trade
Nice.
like this with a 44 win rate or over 40% win rate means I'm quite profitable. Now I closed it at around 0.2 or something like that, and the same thing happened with GBP AUD. So I exited this trade based on just impulses. So basically, this is where my mental edge or my trading psychology created problems for me, right? And I'm not supposed to be exiting this trade. I'm supposed to be using the idea of set and forget, right? Like we always talk
The
about, but I
the
didn't do that.
Sure. The 44 win rate you just mentioned, that your measured win rate, or is that your backtesting?
But that's my live win rate.
Live win. Okay, okay. So, and because if you compare what you are doing, of your performance to your win rate and everything else, all those statistics, when you do allow for those intervention, compare that to what it would have been based on your rigid rule-based system, which you can measure in your backtesting.
Yeah.
That comparison should help you decide whether you're intervening too much, or maybe you shouldn't be intervening, or maybe you're doing a great job intervening, avoiding losses and optimizing the profit.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm tagging all my trades with. So I have I'm trying to tag all the trades. So this one, for example, is I'm going to tag this one as an early exit. So every trade where there's actually an early exit, or where my basically my original trade management strategy is just set and forget.
Okay.
And so this is a trade where I'm going to mark it as not according to plan when it comes to the trade management. But there's also another problem here. I'm also going to mark this as a trade where I probably got a little bit greedy when it comes to the TP. Now,
Why
there's a
is that?
fine, well, because there's a fine line between having high risk to reward trades and being a bit greedy, right? I know because I have when I'm back testing this, I have between 50. Um, I mean, between 50 and 60% win rate when back testing this. But then in live trading, I have closer to like 40 or 50% win rate, which kind of makes sense because you have the added psychological um, pressures, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm looking at this trade, there is this is the FTA, and usually what I do is I want to exit at around the FTA. So if I front run that low, this would have been a 2.3R trade, and this one would have been a, let's see where the 4-hour candle closes are. This one would have been a 2.4R trade as well, and those two would have been winners. Would have been winners yesterday, right? Very, and not long after entering the trade. So these two would have been winners. And with a win rate that I have currently, 2.4R trades are more than enough to be profitable. So I'm also tracking this. Is it better to exit at the at the first trouble area, or should I let them run? And this is obviously something that I will have to, because I'm taking about 1 to 3 trades a day. At the end of the month, I should have some good numbers and some good statistics on what's best to do. But of course, I need a very high number to really have to be confident in those numbers. But I think at the end of the month, I should have a decent sample size of numbers to go through. So basically what I'm going to do is at the end of the month, I will go through all my trades, especially the winners, right? But all my trades, and I will see, would I have been more profitable exiting at the FTA, or would I have been more profitable letting the trades run to the next high time frame level below? And I've done this before. Like 2 years ago, I went through this process with my swing trading system, but I'm trading slightly different now. But with my swing trading system, I did the same process, and it showed that going for the FTA and lower risk to reward on trades was actually more profitable than letting them run, because most trades were hitting the FTA and then hitting the stop loss. So actually not letting the trades run was better for me 2 years ago. So I'm curious to see how that has developed, because now I'm trading. I've developed what I believe is a very, very good combination of the higher time frames and the lower time frames. You can see here on the daily where GBP AUD broke this level to the downside. That was my signal to get in on the break and retest of that level. So I'm looking at the daily, I'm going down to the 4-hour, I see the break and retest, and then on the 1-hour, I see the level, and then on the 15-minute, I execute when there's a break to the downside and have my stops based on the 15-minute. So I'm trading slightly different when it comes to multi-time frame analysis and the entry. So I'm curious to see what the risk to reward overall will be.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep on monitoring your performance, because when you do backtesting, you're actually just measuring a specific period of how your system would have performed. But that doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. That's just um, one sample size, right? And it could be different before or after that period that you measured. And by doing regular samples of how you're doing regular backtesting with specific rules, you can know what is the perfect execution of the results of my perfect executed trade plan. Because if you only follow and monitor your live trading, right? That is forward testing. You still don't know what it would have been if you followed them to the dot. And what you're doing now is a something like a recalibration, right? Because in the
Yeah.
meantime, you have been adjusting with maybe some rules, maybe you have shifted in the way you trade, and it's important to go back to the basic and to make sure that you're still making the right decisions. Because what you say 2 years ago when you did that and you came to a conclusion that this rule was better than not applying it, and that conclusion you came may have changed because of the changes you made to your system. So that's why it's important to always recheck, recalibrate your system to make sure that you're still doing your optimally, your rules are optimal, right? Because things can change, can shift. The market changes over time, volatility changes, you change. So it's good to be to monitor and go back. It's like a quality test, right? You have to do
Yeah.
those quality tests once in a while, because otherwise you might be deviating every time a little further until you don't know where you are.
Yeah, and I think it's so time consuming, and I think that's one of the reasons I like taking fewer trades, because it means fewer, if less time journaling, less time going through the trades, because I'm very detailed when it comes to my trade journaling. I try to look at all the details of the trade. Like I try to gather as much statistics as possible.
Mhm.
So it's gonna take me a while to actually go through one trade. So I think for me at least, the less trades, the better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
So
Not
yeah,
only that, but you have mental capital as well, and you have a daily mental capital available. And if the more trades you have, the more decisions you have to take. I think we spoke about this before. And so it makes sense from a psychological point of view as well, to keep to know your limits, what is comfortable for you in terms of how many trades a day. For some people, one a trade a day is the optimum, and others you don't have to keep on shooting at the market all the time, because otherwise you're going to be perhaps making poorer decisions in comparison to lower number. And what you mentioned about the number of trades, that's in terms of that the effect that has on journaling. I can relate to that very much so. When you said tag, did you mean tagging as in your journal in your application, that you tag those traits to do
yeah,
custom analysis?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I can every trade, I add a specific tag, and then on I um let me just comment. GU isn't bearish on the 3 minute. 3 minute. I think it's gonna go higher. I think GU is definitely gonna go higher. We got Alex. What's up,
Yeah.
Alex? How's it going?
Ooh, yeah, brilliant. I had some fantastic. The trade yesterday. The trade today. Oh, just
Which one?
EU
Which
is the
one?
gift that just keeps giving. Just the gift.
Look
that
at
keeps
this though. Look at this. Look at this trade. Oh, nice, huh? Hey, can you read
What's
what it
that,
says up here?
brother? Brother. What's that, brother? Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful.
Can you read what it says up here?
Does that say meh?
No, read what it says.
No way. No way.
Of course I did. I was out on a walk this morning. Like, sun was shining. We finally got some sun here in Sweden. I'm feeling great. I'm like, yeah, let's close the trade.
No, God, you got to start doing set and forget.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
what a
I never heard that
shame,
before.
What a shame.
I want to go through some setups I'm watching. Guys, let us know in the comments if there's anything specific you want me to look at. You know what? If you're in the Discord, if you're in our Discord, I'm gonna pull it up.
I think I'm a little bit dark. You guys tell me if I'm dark or not, because it looks really dark.
Not looking good, man. Looking good.
A little bit,
All
yes,
good.
a little bit. In comparison to it's okay, but in comparison to your earlier illumination.
If you're in the Discord, the 5ers Discord, maybe go to general chat. You can tag me. Use the tag me, and then if you have a setup, tag me. Post a screenshot of the setup and then a quick explanation of the setup, and I'll pull it up here live and I'll take a look at it. Because you're not able to post links in the in the live chat here on YouTube. And if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. The Discord link is in your dashboard, in the 5ers dashboard. You go to your active program, can be a challenge or a funded account. Go to that one, and then in the upper right corner of that page, you have a link. Let's take a look at gold. This guy is on almost all of our live streams, so big up to you, man. Thanks for joining.
We had another trader as well pass the 100K bootcamp from a giveaway.
Nice. Congratulations to that.
So yeah,
person.
Gold is a long. The reason why gold is a long is because, first of all, it's basically what I'm seeing is on gold is basically this, So I'll be longing this if I would be trading gold, which I'm not. So you can look at yeah. I thought he said thanks for that analysis. No, I'm going into more detail. So on the daily, big move to the upside here on the 4 hour. Obviously, a very nice looking trend right here. We have higher highs and higher lows. On the 1 hour, we got higher highs and higher lows. None of the supports have really broken here, especially not in this local trend. And then go to 5-15 minutes. There's a break and retest right here. So right now, I think if we remove the moving averages here and we just watch this from a purely price action perspective with the mind that we have the idea that we have a trend here, obviously I think this is it's a very clean retest of that breakout level here as well. So I think getting in at this level right here would obviously be a good a good opportunity to long gold. I think for those of you who did get in here, if you did, that's a beautiful entry right here, and I think price will probably move higher. I would not start shorting gold until we have a break of structure. Okay, so a break of structure would basically be we got low, high, higher low, higher high, and then perhaps something like this, down to perhaps this level, and then form a lower high. So there's a big there's definitely time to be patient on gold, because there's a lot of room to the downside. I mean, if gold starts to break down, I would be looking at this level below. So there's a lot of time when we have time to be patient if we're looking for a gold short, because we're basically looking at something like this, and the risk to reward could be quite high from even a swing trading perspective. So right now, gold is a long, and this is, I'm not saying it's a long because it's like a long based on my system. I'm saying it's a long because it's in an uptrend, and unless you're, unless you love to catch, what's the reverse of catching a falling knife?
I got smashed.
What's the reverse of trying to catch a falling knife? When you say like you have a big move to the downside, and you're trying to long a strong move to the downside, you try to catch a falling knife.
Never actually.
I would call it
never actually thought about that.
Let us know in the comments.
I would call it an inverse falling knife.
Yeah, let's create something new here. Let us know in the comments. The first one with the best comments has created the new trading pattern.
The one that has the best comment will get an extra 20K account. How about that?
Yeah, this is one. Stopping the fired bullet. Yeah, this is the one.
Stopping the fired bullet. Let's get him in. Let's get everybody the winner, and obviously Jonathan's going to pick the winner. He will get a 20K boot camp if he has the best. The best.
All right, lots of good ones. Jumping knife, I love that one.
Jumping knife.
Catching the bus. Yeah, catching a bullet train. Yeah.
Catching
all right, let's
train.
just not catch a flying balloon. Nah, man.
Nah, these ones suck, man. These guys, these really suck. We need a good one for us to give a 20K.
We have a few good ones though, so let's see.
Flying rocket, catching a rocket with a rope.
Catching a rocket, I like that. Catching a rocket with a rope. I think we have to activate some sort of. Now you got them going, man. I need to go into the settings and make sure we don't destroy our live chat here.
Maybe letting go of a ball underwater.
Yeah, fading. Isn't that just the word when you're trying to fade the move, but it's not working for you?
Well, yeah, yeah, fading, that's the word. But what I'm saying is, like, fading is not as fun as trying to catch a falling knife. Like, we want something where it's like, because obviously trying to catch a falling knife, that's trading against Jonathan. But you know, trying to catch a falling knife is obviously not easy, you know, but fading a move is. So we're, you know, I'm trying to come up with a name here or something which is like something that goes up very quickly and you're trying to stop it. Yeah.
Nice.
I think Spaceship, they're onto something here. Let me just adjust the settings of the comments in the live stream here so we can make sure that we not get super spammed.
Yeah, Agent Us, you've put it 4 times.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. All right, share your screen, guys. While I do this, let's take a look at something.
Shall I? I'll talk about the trades that we had yesterday and the trades that I had today as well. So yesterday, just before we left, we had, let's go about the 15-minute. Before we left the live stream yesterday, we saw pound breaking down. Let's have a look. Where's my little tool? We saw pound breaking this area here. Okay, we had a bit of consolidation. We had all of this, which was news. We had this consolidation, and then we've had a broke above the consolidation. So if we have a look on, let's first have a look on the daily. And if it would load, there you go. So we can clearly see we're at the bottom of the range. We pushed up. We had a massive wick of a candle, and then we were expecting price to continue up. So then we've gone down on the 15-minute, and yesterday we were looking at that range. This is after I got wrecked by gold, by the way. So don't think that I'd make any all the time. We got wrecked on gold yesterday, and this basically brought me just about over break even. So we broke above this range. We got into the retest of the level, which was here. I think it was on the 5-minute that we took the trade entry. Yeah, it was on the 5-minute because I noticed before here we pushed out. Let's change this.
Oh yeah, that wasn't GU. I had, you know, I looked at that perfect retest, and imagine if you would be holding this, like the current prices, I would be up like 10R. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna trade this because I've already took, you know, took 3 trades today, you know. But man, that would have been an insane trade.
Here we go, because we were all looking at the same level. We were all looking at this, and I don't know why nobody else decided to get Rich. Rich got against me. He actually shorted. I was just like, Rich,
yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know why he shorted, but anyway, we had this level. Pushed up, broke up above here. I took the fib, got in at this level right here. Got in actually a little bit premature, but we saw the support of the 21 moving average on the fib, on the top of the range, and that's the trade that we took. We got out right there, which was a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. That was from the trade that we did on pound dollar yesterday in the trading room. This morning we were with I was with Traderlicious, and I was actually trying to short this morning. And the reason why I was trying to short this morning, the reason I was trying to short this morning, pretend that you do not see any of this price action, but I noticed that this consolidation, and we couldn't break higher than these highs right here, and price actually broke below these areas, this consolidation. So price broke below, retraced inside. That's when I got into the short position. I was expecting to take that to the 15-minute 200 EMA, which was down here. Now we got the initial push down. You can see we got a really nice push down, but then price actually started making this kind of price action. You see, you've got a pin bar, which to me was already a little bit of a sign like there's a lot of buyers in this area. Also, we're in an uptrend, so there's quite a few signs for me to be careful on this short. I don't want to push it if it's not right. And then while I was on the 5-minute, I've already had the pin bar, so that was my first red flag. The second red flag was when it pushed up, made the pin bar, tried to break down, but couldn't break the prior lows. And if you can see, you've got now a head and shoulders, but in reverse, which is basically just a reversal pattern that everybody knows by the book. So definitely wasn't going to hold on to the short that I had open. I actually closed the short and went straight long because price would look like it was going to break up. So I went long with 1% risk, and I took it. Well, I just took it to try and break these highs. Now looking back, I did have my take profit actually at the top of that wick. I did close it because I closed it a little bit too early, but that's it. But that's the trade that was that we did today, and finally I've got out of the area that I was stuck on 125k for like 2 weeks, just basically trading my P&L, and now we've actually finally got some good profits. But that was the trade that we did.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I hope that makes sense, because I know I blabber on without going too in depth what we're talking about. But yeah,
I want to break it down the same. You see right here, it's this is such a beautiful retest, and if you have like we talked about yesterday, like you have that 1 hour level right here, and we talked about like how we wanted to get a retest of that 1 hour level, which would also kind of looks like a range highs. And then on the 15-minute or even the 5-minute, we see price coming down and hitting this level. And the beautiful thing here, if we add the reload zone here, you'll see that it comes down and it's like perfectly inside the reload zone, hits the mid zone of the reload zone. Next candle is a bullish engulfing on the 5 minutes. I would just have, the plan was to exit here and then to close this at the daily, where is it? I think it was the daily 50. Yeah, the daily 50 EMA. So that's the gray line right there. So
what is that? What level is that?
The daily 50 EMA.
Okay.
If it go down to the
what price is that at? That would be
1.2663.
Yeah, it's smashed above that.
But what I'm saying is a trade like that it's still a 4R. But look at this trade going. It's quite insane.
Yeah.
It just went straight up here. So if looking at current prices, a trade like this, I mean, would have been up 10R from at current prices.
Getting the exact same pattern as well. If you have a look there, the exact same pattern that we had before. That consolidation, break above consolidation, above the EMAs, retest the top of that range, and then shoot off. It is literally by the book.
So I'm thinking now. I'm looking at a retest of this level. like right now, because if we add the fibs here, you'll see that it's you can do it like this. So you see it comes in quite nicely here with the 50% here on the 15 minute, and then on the 5 minute we got the EMAs here as well. So right now I'm looking at that as a possible trade, but for this to be a good trade, I need to have high time frame confluence. And looking at GU, I think it's possible, but I also think, like, you look at this level to the right. I'm not sure I would want to be going long here, because it feels like if price comes back down here, so remember, this is high time frame resistance. If price comes down here, I would basically have to long and hope for price to get through that high time frame resistance. However, what I'm looking at is later in the week, I want to see retest of this level below. So I'm thinking that GU, I mean, we're not gonna go up forever, right? I'm thinking that GU is going to get rejected somewhere around this area, come down to the breakout area, and this is where I would love to see if I can get in on a long trade. Now, of course, we're moving quite nicely to the upside. Let's look at EU, because we had an idea on EU, which obviously that would have been that would have been a good entry. I talked about how we looked on we hit the 50% here. We hit the 50% fib right here. That would have been a beautiful entry right there. But I also talked about how I didn't want to take this trade because we were at high time frame resistance, and obviously missed an entry here. But I feel like sticking to my first initial reaction and my gut feeling is usually works out. It's long term. It's usually kind of works out. And then now that we have the breakout, looking at EU on a daily perspective, we have this overall high time frame range here, and in 11 minutes, this 4-hour candle will close above this area, confirming a breakout on the 4-hour. We have a very good level here. That level aligns on the 1-hour as well. So there's still possibility to get in on a nice move here. Perhaps a move down here. Might want to go long on the based on the lower time frames. Go into the 15-minute, and we can add the fib. Add a new fib from that low to this high, and you'll see that once again the 50% fib aligns perfectly with that high, which is also the high time frame level. So I move down into this level. That's actually after the 4-hour candle close. So the 4-hour candle has to close first in 10 minutes. And when that's closed, that's when I can get in on a move down here. The reason why I didn't want to get in on the move inside this 4-hour candle is because since broken the level to the downside, we haven't closed the 4-hour candle above. Basically, there's no confirmation of a breakout. But now we have a confirmation of a breakout on the 4-hour, on the 1-hour as well, and on the 15-minute. So that's what I'm waiting for. But that's the trade that we might get in on today. And like, I have a long list of possible trade setups here. We have GBP CAD, same thing on GBP CAD. We're going to confirm a breakout here, and I would look to go long on that level below, which is also a weekly level for a move higher. So you can see here on the weekly, it's a level visible on the weekly. It's a pretty clear level on the daily and also the 4-hour. And now we have a confirmed breakout on the 4-hour. And on the 1-hour, it's an untested clean level. And we can add the fibs here as well. And we'll see that this might be a move down into the reload zone. So there's a lots of opportunities here today. Gets lots of volatility. And exact same thing is happening on NCD USD. Got a clean breakout confirming on the 4-hour in 9 minutes. We have a clean level here on the 1-hour, so we can add a fib from the breakout low to the high, and again we'll see possibly a move down into the reload zone. So yeah, lots of different setups here today.
we are currently on GU. We're currently at the daily ATR. So for those who are looking to long, be aware that price can continue as it does sometimes, but on average, from here going much higher is going to be increasingly difficult. So the chance of a retrace becomes larger as it expands beyond 100% the daily ATR, which stands for the average true range, right? So if I show my screen widget, I am already. This is yesterday I took some losses, and today I missed the entry. So this is part of trading. Sometimes things are not going as planned, and you need to have that mental fortitude to withstand them and not react and make it lose your balance, right? Your mental balance. If you look at the H4, as we're showing right now, we did have a bullish engulfing. All right, that's what I'm looking for. That's my signal to start looking for that trade, right? That's the bullish engulfing. And if I go to the lower time frames within this area, we didn't have a lot of confluence, but we did have one H1 order block, and we did have this one formed when we were already higher, but we did have one H1, and that is enough for me to be taking the trade. That's an H4 and an H1. We have enough confluence for my setup time frame. And when I went I missed the trade. I should say right away, I didn't take this trade, but my entry would have made me. Let me take this away, like that. My entry would have made me find the reversal pattern on the minutes in here, and this would be this candlestick. That engulfing would have been a nice entry. I also have one on the 2 minutes, but I suppose I would have had at least one of them in. In reality, I never got to get in because I wasn't at my desk. My stop would have been below that those wicks, a little bit below it, and I would have targeted either the swing high, the last swing high, that one, or perhaps the daily ATR, depending on the time of the day, or a pivot point. And in that case, I would have, it has no sense in looking back, but it had the potential of going all the way up. And if you look at the win rate, it would have made back and some more what I lost yesterday. So, and I didn't catch it. So, but that's how it goes. That's what I'm looking for. But on looking at on GU, we are our next resistance is perhaps that that order block coming up, but that is some distance. If we measure that, we're talking about 20 pips, which isn't a lot on GU, but that means about 125% the ATR. So that's it's
like pushing it.
It is possible, but you need some. Well, it can sometimes the market keeps on going, but we'll see how it goes. And it hasn't been having a lot of retraces. I mean, this is very little retracement. So perhaps that it may be indicative of what it wants to do, right? If we measure this line and we just look for symmetry, right, you would be already very close to that area. But as I said, it is beyond its ATR, so you need to watch out if you want to. In any case, if you're getting long now, is perhaps not the best place. But if you're still holding, this can squeeze a little bit more. But watch out for the retrace.
Yeah.
So we had one guy in the comments saying that he posted a chart in Discord, and I think he got removed from the comments. I just want to make sure that he gets back. I think you by mistake probably banned him, but he's actually in the Discord server. Yeah.
I know. I didn't ban him. I'm not on there.
Oh, you didn't remove anyone from the comments.
Nope, I haven't seen no comment.
Do we have someone in the background working in the comment section?
Wait, banned from the comments on YouTube.
Yes.
Well, I might have timed somebody out because they were spamming.
No, because he was spamming something. Like he was spamming, like, take a look at the chart, take a look at the chart. And I'm like, yeah. So he actually posted in the Discord server. So.
Wow.
well, let's take care of that after. Like, we don't want to ban our Discord server community members. But if you're spamming in the comments, there is a chance that you will be banned from the YouTube channel. Okay.
I haven't got a trade open.
We make mistakes sometimes. So. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. But he did actually post a screenshot in the. He actually did post a screenshot in the Discord server, and if you look at this right here, this is actually a beautiful example of what we're actually talking about when we're trading. So, I am terribly sorry for you being banned by this beautiful trade example right here. Well, we'll blame Alex for that one.
You're gonna call me that. This beautiful co-host of yours.
But yeah, this is a great trade right there. I like that. No, he's not banned from Discord. It's banned on YouTube. Anyway, we got Abe in the comments. What's up, Abe? This is our beautiful little Abe. Not little. What did I say? Little. He's not. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know him. Like, I don't know. Personally, I haven't seen him. I've seen him face. Let's change subject quickly.
We have someone.
The only way that I'm going to dress up as a clown is if I lose a bet. And at the moment, I'm not losing bets. It's just not happening at the moment.
Yeah,
I am
beautiful
one.
Well, okay. So what we're talking about, we got lots of good trade setting up here. Getting lots of good trade setting up. GBP CAD, got NCD USD.
I actually looked at pound CAD was actually a beautiful setup today because I actually talked about it in Traderlicious. I'll share my screen. I'll tell you what, because we broke it down. Traderlicious, somebody mentioned it, and I've never looked at this pair, but I started breaking it down. So we did obviously the support and resistance from the last, from this leg and the last bit of price action. So we got kind of an area of a range, and then we broke it again of, okay, where are we at the moment between two different levels? So we put these two levels in place on the 4 hour, and then we found obviously this little range. We've gone down again to the 15-minute and to see where we could possibly get an entry. And in the Traderlicious stream, we decided that this price action was around about here, and we decided this would be the optimum entry. If we take the fibs from here to here, that would be the optimum entry, and that's why we put this beautiful rectangle. Now, I don't train pound CAD, but the way that it just moved up and just went straight to the next resistance, it was just beautiful. Like, I don't know if anybody actually traded that. That was a beautiful setup because it was just kind of by the book with pure just TA and just, like, look at it just holding the 21 moving average. And if you're not using moving averages already, you're missing out, honestly. That's it.
Yeah, no, moving averages are definitely helpful. One thing I've noticed though is like, honestly, like, I think price action is still, price action is always going to be king, like price action horizontal levels, because usually when you see a trade setup that hits a moving average, like for example the 20, the 21, or the 50, whatever, when price hits that moving average and it's a good entry, usually it also hits a horizontal level, right? But I mean, there is of course the strategy where you're buying price quite low when it hits the moving average. Maybe you're buying the 50, and usually when you buy the 50, it's might test the horizontal level, but it's Philip is back. Welcome back, yeah. Philip.
Well, I guess it depends. If you're day trading, then the 50 moving average is a really good place to get in. I think, the 50 moving average, if you go onto the 1 minute, that's, you're looking at the 200 EMA. So again, it depends what you're trading, but this kind of price action, especially with the horizontal levels put in place, it really just gives you that that short range where it's either going to go, price is either going to consolidate, and then go to either that level or that level. It just makes trading, it's a little bit like how Scruffy looks at trading. It's like, you've got this range, it's either going to hit this level or this level. Anything in between is just going to chop you up, and you just got to get onto the right trade that is going the right direction. That's it. And with that, this pound CAD was just literally by the book, by the looks of it, because somebody asked about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We also have, I'm also looking at Euro CHF. This is the one we made the bet on, but we have a good level here. So I'm thinking, I remember I first went long here, obviously got stopped out, went short on that one. Now I got stopped out on that as well. But in my defense, the general idea worked out, and now we're coming down to test this area once again. And I'm looking at Euro CHF here as sort of a range bound market. Yes, it's quite, had quite a move here on the daily, but right now, the fact that it's coming down, testing that level once again, I'm thinking about, just looking for rejection or reaction around this level for a bounce, and see if I can get in. If we have on the 15-minute, price comes down and forms a bullish structure or bullish breakout structure here on the 15-minute and a 5-minute, I'm probably looking to take this higher. On Euro USD, we have the close of the 4-hour candle. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to put an alert right here. And when that alert goes off, it will signal a possible trade here on Euro USD. That's what I'm looking at right now. What else do we have? We have NCD, JPY. We talked about this yesterday. That was, I talked about how we had a decent setup here as a swing trade, where we had that bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour, and then I, based on the swing trading system, I would place orders on the 50% fib and then TP at the last local high. But this one, is really, really running, and this you could easily have gotten up to that level. So, and it's interesting that we're looking at charts from very different time frames and different perspectives, but all in all, this is the exact same setup as we're talking about on the lower time frames, because look at what happens when I'm adding the moving average right here. It's hitting the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA. We also have the daily 20 and daily 50 going straight through here. So not only do we have like the idea of the break and retest with the EMAs, it works on the 4-hour, it works on the daily, it works on the 1 minute. The idea of price action being fractal basically means that the patterns that we're seeing here is just the same on the lower time frames as well. And that's the beauty of, at least in my opinion, that's the beauty of trading with a simpler approach like this one. You can adjust your trading based on your life situation. I mean, if let's say you're on vacation, like probably you shouldn't be trading on vacation, but I do anyway, and I'm sure most of you do that anyway as well. You're on vacation, you're away for a week, you don't have the time to look at the charts, but then in the evening you're like, well, let me take a look. Then you can switch mindset to more of a long-term, and have a long-term perspective, and look at the 4-hour instead of the 5-minute. And having that flexibility and having a system that allows for that flexibility, I believe is the beauty of having a simple approach based on the foundations of TA.
Let's look at gold. There's someone who requested to look at gold. Perhaps we can revisit. I'll show my my screen. If we look at gold, it's been, of course, it's been super bullish, right? These are a succession of big green candles, and it seems to have no end. So keep that in mind. So we are in a very bullish market. on the daily, and there's nothing on the left. So this can continue. There's nothing. There's no point of reference. Prices on a discovery mode to discover what price is going to react to, but it hasn't reacted to anything yet on those higher time frames. What we do see is we have still on the H4 bullish structure being formed, right? We have below that we do have the daily, so it's still very, everything is still bullish. However, there is this little thing popping up. We can look at it. There is we still haven't finished. This candle has the potential to close as a bearish engulfing, but for that to happen, this could be a scenario. If you look at the 1 hour, we did form not for the first time, but after hitting that
It's
all-time high, although it's been hitting that all these days, we have a bearish structure. It's only on the H1, right? After that, we had another order block being formed, another bearish, and this is an outside bar, right? It closed below, but before it took out the high of the previous bar. That should mean that it's stacking up downward pressure. We do have these structures here, but actually I would expect that price could be well could be go to retest this area, perhaps not as deep, perhaps at the beginning of the order block, but that is one scenario. It is short, so you got to watch out. This is very bullish. It could be something perhaps like this. All right, who knows? We'll have to see. If it happens very quickly, you could see the H4 close as a bearish engulfing. That hasn't happened yet, so you can't use that for your setup or your tape reading. But I do see that as a possibility. We have 51 minutes for that. Other than that, we have on the other side this area. We'll have to see how that holds price, because that was the last time. This is the ignition or the origin of this. It started before, but this is like the acceleration part came in from this area. So it wouldn't be strange for it to retest that area before it continue, right? So you have a couple of scenarios there that I see possible, but this is very bullish. So if you do go against the overall trend, keep that in mind to have don't be too greedy on your take profit. Other than that, when price comes lower, either to this, when price gets to this area or even lower, we could be looking for, you could be looking for a reversal pattern for the continuation, because in the end, I think gold is still very, very bullish and it's likely to keep on going higher.
Yeah, definitely bullish on gold. There's a lot of gold traders. Why do you think there's so many gold traders out there? Because I don't really like gold. I think it doesn't really work with me. But there's a lot of gold traders out there. I see some statistics out there that there's some of the most traded.
It's just volatility, because it moves fast. So you're either right or wrong very fast, and you can make a lot of money on gold. You get the right direction. You put a couple of lots on, you can make a good living in gold if you're good at it. And they like shining on objects.
Gold has been historically.
This is good. Like it's
popular. Because it's go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Why do you think it's popular?
No. Gold has been attractive from ages. I mean, from forever. It is seen outside of trading also. Gold is the standard of something pure and something valuable, right? So, and that's psychological. I think is something attractive that people gravitate towards when they choose different assets. Also. Because of inflation, before we had like crypto, this crypto movement, gold was that asset that you would flock to in times of difficulty, and had big huge moves that you couldn't see on other assets easily. So historically, it's always been attractive and like hot. But I know because of the averages, the leverages that you can put on very large sizes if you trade gold, because of the way the leverage work specifically on gold.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I don't really like gold, I think it. Let me show you on my screen. I think because like Alex said, it moves quickly. There's a lot of volatility. I think one of the reasons why I have trouble trading gold is because I wait for confirmation, and when I have confirmation, it's usually when like the candle that the candle that creates the confirmation for me is usually so much higher than my entry. So one example could be, I don't know, I just feel like maybe this would be my confirmation, but that candle is just way higher than I should have entered, and I guess that's because of the increased volatility in gold. And then when I look at the lower time frames, there's moves just all over the place, and the moves are quite. Usually, my experience with gold is it takes out my stop loss before moving in the right direction.
That's the same reason why I go ahead.
Yeah, and if I adjust the stop loss for that volatility, the risk to reward of the trade is just too low for me. So yeah, I'm not really.
That's the same reason why I don't trade gold. It's the because of the increased volatility, and I have my very tight stops. Two things happens: either it runs away before I get my entries, because my entries are based on a micro level, the market forming that head and shoulder, right? So it needs to have that right shoulder. The market needs to come back to the head or come closer to the head. And sometimes when gold moves, it just shoots, and it doesn't really as often as other assets come back to that to the head of the head and shoulder of to the Quasimodo. That's one reason. The other one is just what you said. My stops are too tight for my way. I would have to adjust my stops only for gold, and I don't want to do that, because then it's going to make my mentally it's going to make my process a little bit more complicated, right? Because I'm going to have a different set of rules for gold than I have for the other two pairs that I trade. So I try to keep things as simple and only use the assets I can apply the same set of rules, because my win rate is lower when I trade gold.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
volatility.
Yeah, you said something like that makes sense. You want to trade assets to where you can have like you can have the same type of strategy across all of these assets, and like with gold, there needs to be some adjustments to the strategy, which is problematic when doing the analysis. If I'm doing analysis on the weekends on a lot of different forex pairs, then all of a sudden I come to gold and I have to switch mindset and do a different type of analysis. It's probably better to skip gold. Is what I'm thinking.
But that's because we trade a certain specific way. Perhaps for other people, gold can be golden.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
So I'm trying to see if we, like I said, there's a lot of. Here's a good, like a trade idea that I'm watching where I'm trying to incorporate so I'm looking at a high time frame level here. So this is a GBP CHF, and we're testing a high time frame level here. So this is on the weekly, and we see prices now reaching up into that resistance area, hitting that level on the weekly. Going down to the daily, we see that there's it's also obviously a clear level on the daily. And then on the 4-hour, we see this local trend. This is a beautiful, beautiful local trend right here. When it comes up and hits this resistance, what I'm looking for is first to create lower highs, which it might be doing right now. And then I want to see price break these lows right here for a move like this. If this happens, I think we are breaking the bullish structure. We have a breakup structure right here with lower highs and lower lows. And I would like to see if I can short this down to this level below. And this could be a one of those high risk to reward trades, depending on where I put my stop loss, because I might get a move where, you know, we have something like this, and then that. So we have maybe these highs, and then we have a break to the downside. I want to enter here, and in that case, the stop loss can be much tighter. So a quite high risk to reward trade is what I'm looking at on this one. But most of these setups that I'm watching right now is basically based on the higher time frames, and we need to see. Well, first of all, we need to see this level getting hit before you know, being able to get an entry here. USD CHF, same thing here. We have on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. We're hitting a level here on the weekly as well. We can clearly see that it's a some sort of a high time frame weekly level right here. And on the daily, we have, it kind of looks like we're forming a range on the daily. You could also argue that it might even be some sort of head and shoulders pattern here on the daily, and then this level would then agree with the neckline of that head and shoulders. You go into the 4-hour, and if we break this level to the downside, let's remove the weekly level. If we break this level to the downside, I would be looking at a break and retest of this level for a move down to this, basically this level below, because you have that breakout, and I would be looking for price to reach this area once again. And it's basically the same as the previous setup I showed you, a break of structure here. So it's a break and retest of that level for a move down to the 50% fib, which you can also see as a untested level right here. It's a clean breakout and a clean level. But all of these basically take some time. Alex, maybe you're watching something where you're always watching something.
I know, I'm actually working. I'm actually doing loads of support things on the side. There's a lot of different. It's very busy at the moment. A lot of different stuff going on. And to be honest,
right,
I've traded my trades, you know, and I don't see anything really that catches my eye. Maybe a potential short right now on EU for a couple of pips, but I don't want to just give back all the money I just made today. I'm pretty happy, to be fair, which is quite interesting.
All right, so let's take a break. Let's take a 10-minute break, and when we're back, I'll go through some ideas on how you can journal your trades and improve your trading system by journaling your trades. All right.
Brilliant. Yes, let's go, guys.
All right, see you soon, guys. All right, welcome back, guys. Let me activate my camera. Where is it? Right there. All right, you can see me. All right, that's it. Where's Alex? Where's Alex at? He's not here. Probably doing some microphones on. What's up, Alex? Oh, there he is. He's late.
Bro, didn't you remove my camera?
I did first remove my camera, then I saw you were coming to your desk and I added you. But yeah, you
No, probably heard everybody talking in the background.
nah, not a lot. Not a lot. I did manage to mute you.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, welcome, guys. Welcome back. Make sure you like the video. So right now, everyone watching, make sure you hit that like button. We need to get the likes up because when we are starting the giveaway in about 30 minutes, the number of accounts that we are going to give away will be determined based on the number of likes. So make sure you hit that like button, and it will also activate that YouTube algo, making sure that we get more people here into the live stream. Right. So as promised, I wanted to go through. You said something, Alex? No.
No, that's good. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So I want to go through my trading journal. So I'm. Let's see. Pull it up right here. So this is Edgewonk. Now I'm not I'm not affiliated with Edgewonk, but.
Oh yeah.
Not yet. But when they see this. No, but so this is Edgewonk right here. So this is the funded account, the 160K funded account, and I've been trading this using a very low risk per trade. So the idea here is to increase risk with every week. So every week that I've because as you guys know, when I started this, when I joined the 5ers, I was only swing trading basically, and then I went into the lower time frame, kind of started intraday trading, and now I have found more of a discretionary approach that works great for the live streams and works good for my own trading as well. And it's basically what it's based on, and I'm going to go through some of the trades here in the journal. Is it's basically what a lot of this, what it's based on is I'm doing a lot of my analysis on the weekends, and then I'll look for good levels to trade during the day and set my alerts and everything. So it's based on like a swing trading perspective when making the plans, and then I try to enter on the lower time frames based on those levels. And let me go through the journal here, and I can show you what I do to kind of what I use to track. So in Edgewonk, you have something pretty cool, and it's not only Edgewonk. I believe it's in lots of different trading journals out there. It doesn't matter if you're using a spreadsheet or whatever. You need to kind of track statistic of each trade. So we can go to custom statistics right here, and you have different custom statistics that you can add whatever you want here, right? So what I've done is I have one which is entry time frame. So for every trade, I select what is the actual entry time frame. So my analysis is usually done on the higher time frames, but my entry time frame is going to be different depending on the setup. And I want to track what is the most profitable entry time frame basically. And I just switched to Edgewonk. So as you can see, I haven't added a lot of stuff here, but let's add some stuff that I think is important. Maybe we can add a custom and let me know if you have any questions on this, by the way. So let me add like a custom section here. This could be a psychology, right? So it could have one which has psychology. Let me just check TradingView because I got an alert on TradingView here. It's on GBP AD. It says stops to entry. Oh, good God. This is the trade I entered and exited at entry, and it's now breaking down. Well, I guess this is, and now it should have hit that original TP. So I guess this is a good opportunity to look at these trades and how to manage this from a trade journal perspective. So I exited this trade right here, and this is the Euro AD trade. So let's go to that one. Okay, so we got the we got this one right here. You can go to trade journal, and we can look at Euro AD, which is this one right here. And in advanced here, I said that the entry comments are according to plan, okay? And then the trade management is not according to plan. You can see that according to plan is green, and not according to plan is red. And this is because I've selected according to plan as a positive comment, okay? And the not according to plan is a negative comment. And positive comments will move this. You can look at this. It will move this tilt meter in the green, okay? So green going to the right.
Before you continue, if you click back onto that trade that you were just on,
this one,
and you get advanced trade, one thing that you can use the OTP hit. Now, if you put no, and then you put in your exit, if you go to the regular trade and then you put in your exit, slowly, it's going to show you if managing your trade is actually hurting your edge or if it's actually improving your edge. Because if you see that managing your trade is better, that means you're getting it right when you need to close. But if it shows that if you just left it and it tracks price, if you just left it, would it have gone to your take profit? If it would have gone to your take profit, it's going to show you that managing your trades are actually hurting your profit. So that's what you would use for OTP. But you probably knew that anyway. I just wanted to make sure you.
Yeah, exactly. So this OTP stands for original take profit, right? At least I think that's original take profit. So when you mark this as 1, so that's the thing I wanted to go through here. Euro AD. Now, obviously, as hurtful as this is, right? This is a mistake on my part by exiting this early. But there's a lot of lessons in the mistakes. Okay. There's a lot of lessons in each of your mistakes, and this is where the beauty of having having a trade journal comes in. So we go here, and this is Euro AD. It hit my original TP, so I'm going to select yes on that hit of the original TP, and then we can put in highest price and lowest price as well. But I think for me, the most interesting thing and the most powerful thing about Edgewonk here is basically the custom stats right here, the custom statistics. We can change, entry time frame to 15 minute and 1 hour. I have another one which is I can put stop loss to entry, stop loss into profits. I actually did move stop loss to entry on this one, and then it did hit the high time frame level. It did not hit the reload zone or a trend line. We can add a new one here, which is, we have trading psychology, and I could add, I'm going to save. Okay. So we want to go to custom statistics, and I have trading psychology, and we could add something like, if you have a daily routine of like meditation, you might want to add, daily meditation. Something like that. You can have whatever you are struggling with mentally, you add this here, so you can track feeling stressed or whatever. You can use that feeling stressed, and this might not sound very important, but when you have a bigger number of trades to go through, and you see that on all the losers you had this marked out as feeling stressed, well, then you have a clue of you have to go in and kind of think about your trading psychology and what can you change with your trading psychology and make you less stressed. And maybe when you're feeling stressed, when you're about to add this as a custom statistics to your trade, maybe don't take the trade. Okay. So there's a lot of different things you can add here. Entry confluence, I would say if you're in the beginning of your trading career and you're kind of developing a trading system, you could add something like, you can have the everything that you use in your trading. You can have here, for example, 20 EMA. We can be adding the 50 EMA. We can add engulfing candle. And we can, no, this is, it's not free. I think it's, I'm not sure how much I paid for this one. I think like 150 for per year or something like that. So it's actually it's much cheaper than most of the other trading journals out there, and it's probably the best one, honestly. So anyway, what I do is you're muted, Alex. You were gonna say something? No.
Yeah. Maybe we can speak to the Rolf, the owner, because we were in contact with him before. Maybe we can find a little bit of a discount for the. Let me double check that we still got the discount for the 5ers traders. Maybe we'll put it in the dashboard and you guys can use it. There is quite a big discount. I just need to see if it's still available, and then you can use it. I think it's it's quite a big one. I'm not going to say how much it is, but let me just double check and make sure that it's still available. And maybe I can try and get him to come on stream with us, and he can go a whole tutorial of all of this stuff on top of what Jonathan is doing. That would be really cool as well.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. Anyway, so I did use this trading journal. I think I began using this in as early as 2017. So when developing my trading style, I used this journal, and one of the way that I developed the trading style was by adding entry confidence like this. So I had, for example, the RLZ, which is the area between the 0.786 and the 0.618. I also added like the 0.5 fib, and you can add all the fib levels that you have on your chart. So we can go back to TradingView, and we can everything that you have on the chart, like stochastics RSI. Of course, we're going to add stochastics RSI. So we can add stochastics RSI location, and then we can add stochastics RSI cross. So we can go back to TradingView, and we can see at the time of entering this on, let's say, the 4 hours. So we can mark, stochastics RSI on all the different time frames. So on the 4 hour, we had stochastics RSI in the right location, which is above 70, and we had a cross on the 4 hour stochastics. Now let's go to the entry time frame. Now I entered this based on the 15-minute. Now on the 15-minute, stochastics RSI doesn't really make a lot of sense. But on the 4 hour, as this was a high time frame, the general idea here was made on the higher time frame. You can see that blue level, that's a high time frame level. The 4 hour bullish, the 4 hour bearish engulfing candle was really what confirmed this trade for me, and that was what I looked for to enter this trade. And the 4 hour candle closing down here is a good confirmation. So maybe on this trade here, we would mark this as stochastics RSI being in the right location, and stochastics RSI also giving me a bear cross. So how do we actually track this? How do we actually know what is working? So we can go into, you can see right here, I'm getting, some interesting statistics here. I have a 45% win rate. We can look at the equity graph right here. You can see that I had a losing streak and I had one big winner right here. And then if I did hold the trades that I exited at early, the equity curve would have gotten another big swing to the upside. But what's really powerful here is when you go into trade analytics, and you can add different things, like, for example, we can look at entry comment. Okay, so we're going to be adding an entry comment, and we can see here where we're looking at according to plan versus not according to plan. So all the trades that were according to plan is, we have 6 trades that I marked as according to plan, 3 trades that I marked as not according to plan. So the win rate, if I would only take trades marked as according to plan, the win rate would be around 60, 66 or 67 percent, with a profit factor of 4 and a return on R around 3.5. So very, very good statistics. But that's the thing, right? This is what this is trading. This is how you should be trading, and this is most likely based on your mental errors. So right here, it gives us some good clues on what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. So you can look at all the trades that are not according to plan. What am I doing differently from the trades that are according to plan? And then look at those differences, and that will, show you what works best. We can add something like trade setups. We can look here, and we can look at, what do I have? Let's see, trade setup, entry, triggers. Let's see, I'm not really. So here we have 3 different trade setups. I've added RZ method, and then pure PA break and retest, and then 100% discretionary. And the difference between these 3 setups is
gambling.
What?
That 100% discretionary is a lovely way of just saying punting. That's it.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. I think 100% discretionary is me combining everything. So it's taking my swing trading system and it's combining it with everything, and it's more of a like a discretionary approach. But the win rate is almost the same here. The fact that one is not profitable is just because I had one, it's just too few trades in this journal to really, I mean, it's only 9 trades in this journal, so I can't really give you any specific, statistics on this. But we can also, when looking at advanced statistics or trade analytics here, we can look at the custom statistics. So we can look at, for example, entry time frame. Let's see. Now we see something interesting. All entries taking on the 15-minute, the 1 hour, well, the 1 hour and the 4 hour is every trade where there's an entry on the 1 hour and the 4 hour is profitable, and the other time frames are not profitable. However, there's a win rate of 50% on the 15-minute time frame, which tells me that if we have more numbers, then that would be most likely profitable as well. So it's to do good journaling, you will have to be creative. Okay, you will need to understand what you will need to understand what your system is based on. You need to understand all the small components and details of your system, and then put that into writing. Make sure you can add it as custom statistics, and then be able to track every part of that system. And honestly, like when starting out with a journal like this one, if you're not profitable when starting out, you can become profitable by using a journal like this one and looking at what works and what doesn't work. And this is the beauty of having a trade journal like this one, is you can basically you can basically create a system by only journaling your trades.
What do you think for a short on euro right now? One minute.
Short? Nah.
1 minute.
Nah, I don't want to short this. I think it's not on the 1 minute.
Look, let's say it goes to the realize zone. It's breaking that little bit of structure. Hasn't made a higher high. It has made a higher high. Let's have a look. Has it made a higher high? Maybe try a little bit of risk. Not full risk, half a risk.
Usually when I
100% discretionary, you can mark this in your trading journal.
Usually when you say use lower risk, it's usually a sign that it's trade not worth taking,
Fair enough.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a bit messy, this one.
Fair
but yeah,
enough.
guys, if you're not using a trading journal, you should really get one. You should really start using one. And we talked about this with Victor as well, how he journal trades, and I said, I I like having a smaller number of trades because it's going to take me a long time to journal all the trades. So you can look at, when I look at this journal, it's still quite a few journals. I need to journal everything, and I'm adding notes, and I'm adding these screenshots to all the trades, and then at the end of the week I can go into the notebook, and I can this is my last week's journal notes, and then I can also do like sessions where I do daily sessions to kind of. So basically what I do is every weekend I'm going through the journal, going through all the trades. I'm doing my journal analysis and journal review first, and when that's done, I'll do a market scan of the market. So when the journal review is done, that's when I go into TradingView, and well, look at that. That's EU. That's a good. Would have been a good short.
It is a good short.
Yeah, could have been.
But just obviously not how many pips we're going for. 6 pips for the 200 EMA.
Thinking, yeah.
Risking one. It's more like 1 for 1 though, isn't it? This is more like a risk to reward 1 for 1. I did miss the entry up here. That would have been the better entry. Then I would have had my better risk to reward. I could have put in much higher. Because now just being a little bit late into the trade, now I'm risking a full 1%. Whereas I could have put much larger position on. I could have put at least 30 lots on. It would have been the same. So if I would have got in at that point, I could have been 30 lots short instead of 20 lots. Quite a lot of difference.
I think that this is a trade setup where it kind of makes sense with a having a negative risk reward. Where just taking TPs at that low on a 1 minute, that low to the. So like this is a good example of where
$200 straight away.
Yeah,
you could take that as a scalp. Just do multiple of those a day. But who likes trading like that? This seems a bit like. Seems just
well, it seems like quite a few people are quite successful with that.
No, that's true. That is true. Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's difficult to understand how a negative risk to reward ratio would work. But the more I think about it, the more interested I am in trying. Doing some back testing and like seeing what if maybe. It kind of makes sense, It kind of makes sense because
I feel like you have to be super disciplined and not greedy. Because if you're greedy, how are you going to just go for your 10 pips or your 6 pips? It's like you have to be like. I feel like you and we're a little bit greedy. We want everything. We just want to take the market for everything it's got. And in some ways it can work, but those people that. They're happy just getting in that little piece. They don't care about that massive move, which works, but it's very difficult to trade like that. I think.
Yeah. I think. I think when it comes to like one trade I would look at. So when it hit that 50, imagine if you have that bearish candle and it hits the 50 and it starts moving lower. Imagine if you just take trades where you enter on that candle and then have stops all the way up here, and then you target, these lows right here for like a 0.65 R trade, and then price can just move around and then eventually break down. Like it kind of makes sense, but I'm the type of person that would rather have like stop loss here, stuff like that. If I'm going to take a trade. Take a trade like that.
I reckon it's worth testing it.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
Means, like, It means like changing your whole strategy. It's like a new strategy, though, total new strategy. Unless
And it's not only is this a new strategy, it's just a new way of thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have to realign my whole thinking to be able to adjust to a you know,
and then again, you got to think about spreads. If you're trading on a broker or you're trading with probably a different firm, you're not going to get. You're no point in going for the six pips because it's just gone in spread. So it's actually you could only probably do that with the 5ers, really, because it's zero spread.
Yeah, especially if you're on the. I mean, yeah, that's definitely true if you're on the lower time frames. Which usually, when you're trading like that, you're probably on the low time frames.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if there's like three pip spread, and you're getting your market entering, and you're getting a 3 pip spreads, you know, ridiculous. To one side, and then so you're getting like filled 3 pips in the wrong direction, and then you need price to go an extra 3 pips, so that's an extra 6 pips of movements, you know.
3 pips on euro is absolutely absurd. If you've got a broker that's giving you 3 pips on euro these days, run away.
Yeah. Well, Oanda is 1.4, 1.5 right now.
Ew, brother. What's that, brother? Ew.
And that's one of the biggest, you know, So
they must make a killing off spreads. Must make a killing.
Yeah. Probably.
I think it's time we open up our own broker. 5ers broker.
Yeah, I don't think Salt's going to be happy about that.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. But we're just going to keep shorting euro because that is what we're going to do.
Good. All right, man. Do you want to get the the giveaway? Just let me know about the giveaway link, and I'll set up the words and everything.
Yep. We've actually got a special type of giveaway today because we're actually going to show it on the chart. Well, not the chart. We're going to show it on screen because I found a way. Jordan actually found a way of doing it, so it's going to be super duper transparent today.
Nice. Is it Gleam?
It is Gleam. It is Gleam indeed. It is. It's going to take a lot of time for us. Well, a lot of time for me to do it on the back end afterwards, but it's fine. It's good. It's worth it. Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can.
And this is make or break time. Is it going to come up and is it going to come all the way back through my entry and take my stop? What are people thinking?
I think we're gonna hopefully we break down so I can look for that short lower. Right, so I've added the secret word. Hopefully that will help price, help that short setup.
Okay. So I'm going to do copy. Maybe we could even add to this position, maybe, if it comes up here. Or maybe I'm just...
I don't know, man. It does look like, you know, if I'm looking at, I'm looking at this level here on the 1 minute. I mean, it is hitting quite good support right here.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that if using a negative risk reward, that would have been the level to TP. And I remember when we had Giannis on, and he talked about how, trading based on risk to reward makes no sense to him because he's just trading price. And that when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I like that perspective, because then it's like, I don't care. Like, this is the level that I think price will hit, and I don't really care about the risk to reward. I just care about price moving towards that level.
Is that the one we're going for, Mer Forever? Or we got another secret one?
We had it yesterday. Now we're gonna do. I got it. Let me show you. Got that one. Do that one. Very, very original, creative.
Lightweight.
That was awful.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight.
All right. Nah. All right. You gotta.
What?
Gonna sell that, guys. We gotta put in some sell orders on this.
Yeah, let's stop pushing the price down, guys.
This
We
is
want
not good
all of that
enough.
to see it. We want all of that. God, that. Do you know when I first read that secret word, I was just like, I didn't know what to make out of it. You dump. You dump. I think it's going to come back up, actually.
Looks like it.
Okay, let me set this up. Should we add a little sneaky one, a little sneaky half a risk in as well? We've added a little bit in there. Added an extra $400 into the mix.
Yeah, I think we did have lots of movement today, but I can't really find anything where I would want to enter.
Yeah, it looks like it's pushing up.
When is CPI? Is that tomorrow? Yeah. Okay, CPI tomorrow, US CPI.
What's the likes on? So I can just put the amount of
Take a look. Got 616.
Okay, so we got the same amount. Oh. Am I gonna give back a lot of my money?
Oh man. Let me come down, man. Just wait.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the.
No, the giveaway is definitely happening, guys. It's been a minute. Man, it's been a slow live stream today. I feel like it's just not a lot of action in the market. It's more fun when we're just in a bunch of different positions making money.
Didn't I say to Victor, I was like, yeah, I'm happy today. I'm not getting in any more trades. And there's me, 30 lots deep, going short on Euro.
And you also said like you're gonna take lower risk, and now you're increasing risk.
Oh, God, don't you love being a trader? Just contrarian, just, you know. What did somebody say yesterday in the live stream? It was like, do what I say, but don't do what I do, or something like that. That is this typical discretionary trader talk right there.
Guys, I'm going to be posting the Gleam link in the comments. So all you have to do is you go to the link, the Gleam link, and you put in this word, and let's help Alex out here by dumping EU. And I'm going
we're also gonna get Street Fighter on there just to kick the Bears' ass. Don't kick the Bears' ass. Kick the Bulls' ass. We want.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so we have we've got the Gleam link is pinned in the comments. So all you have to do is you go to the comments section in the YouTube live stream, and it's gonna be pinned at the top of the live chat. Go to the Gleam link, and then you put in the code, and the code is EU dump now. EU dump now. One word.
Oh no. Gosh.
Oh, it's close.
No, I just started the giveaway by accident. Okay, that's how you do it. Fine.
The link is in the comments section. And you don't have to like this. I don't know. Like you don't have to write. This is not word. This is not the word. So the word that you're writing in the chat right now is not. It's not the actual word.
You dump on now.
You're not supposed to be writing it in the comments.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. I can write it in the comments, but you don't put it in the comments. Okay, so I'm gonna write it now. EU dump now.
I've muted the word, so you can't put it in the. Oh, we can apparently.
Ooh, that doesn't look good. Okay, hold on a second. 10 says 30 and she's but it gave 10. Oops.
Sorry, what?
Apparently there's an issue with the loyalty points. I only gave 10 entries for 30. Okay, I'll have to sort that out next time. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a bit too late to do that now. Apologies for anybody that's been here for 10 times. Let me figure it out. Meh is great. Yes, it is. I only got 10. Yeah, I think there was an issue with it. I'll have to check the settings tomorrow. Do apologize.
Look at that EU Euro 80. The short that I had open is just absolutely being destroyed here.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how that OTP setting will work out in Edgewonk.
Guys, you're not selling, you're not dumping the price.
I'm trying to find that chart in Edgewonk where I think it's efficiency, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So what is the problem from this?
Been a while since I used this journal, but they have Hedgebank actually has a very good course on their journaling software.
Would this count as a fair value for all you ICT people? Let me just, is this a fair value gap? Yeah, I know, guys, there's an issue with the thing. Ooh, I got the fair value gap. I know what a fair value gap is now. It's a gap.
So fair value gap is fair value gap the same as, it kind of looks like a clean breakdown, right?
Yeah. You know, with speaking to so many ICT traders, I've just started understanding what they look like now. It's like
what's the difference between a fair value gap and just a clean breakdown? So you have a clean breakdown and an untested level at the breakdown level.
But it's quite interesting how it came to that bit. You know, ICT was right all along. Fair value gaps. That's it. Changing my strategy. We're only trading fair value gaps from now on.
Yeah. Or what you could be doing is you could be adding the fib, and you'll see
the reload zone.
Yeah.
That is what we see, guys. Fair value gap was all a lie. It was actually the reload zone. Sorry. And we're back in profit. Gonna give it another couple of minutes, and then we're gonna do the giveaway live. In front of your
I'm actually
face.
getting a lot of comments on people saying, asking if I trade ICT, because when you have a fair value gap like this one, it's a lot of times it aligns with the reload zone quite perfectly. So a lot of the entries where you're entering inside the reload zone is surprisingly often confluent with order blocks or other methods. But I think that has more to do with general trading than specific systems. I mean, most trading systems out there, as far as I've seen, is more or less the same thing with small tweaks and different names. And it's all price action, right? And you can call different price structures and that sort of thing different ways, different things. But it's all in all, I think if you have a good understanding of trends and market structures, and the idea of break and the break and structure, I think you're going to be good. But also asking what the secret code is. It's EU dump now. It's right here on the screen. You're going to click the link in the comment section. It's a pinned comment.
We'll give it another. We got another couple of minutes, and then we'll pull it out. And we're gonna do it live. Oh my god! What is the fair value gap doing? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working, guys? This is just it's working. It's working. Look at that.
So get a refund.
FBG. We don't need no meh. We just need the. We should say, instead of calling it fair value gap, we're just going to call it FVG. FVG. Boom. I am now ICT. I'm an ICT trader. We can now put it on the thumbnail. ICT traders in the house. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, make sure you watch the whole live streams in the last couple of minutes. Alex is going to explain his secret ICT trading method,
Yeah.
which
So first, we're going to wait for a breaker structure, guys. Retrace back to FFVG, and then we're going to continue it to the 200 EMA.
Well, to be fair, now it kind of looks like it wants to come lower.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Sell a course. If this goes to take, oh my god, no, I'm gonna have to delete the live stream.
Yeah.
No way. God. Alex, ICT membership. Yeah, mentorship 2024.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
5ers value gap. That's a good one.
I love that. Love that. Love that. Andreas, that's it, mate. Definitely. You gotta, Andreas, send me an email quickly. I got something for you.
Oh.
Oh, it's not what you think. But Andreas, send me an email. Alex@the5ers.com.
Gonna get a lot of emails.
Oh, no. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, that's it. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're bringing it on. Let me remove my chart, and we'll see what happens in a minute with this 5ers value gap.
Okay, so I can see this.
Let's see if this works.
It's not connecting to the correct. So if you can see, it's as 5%.
Ooh, what's that, brother? This is our new drawing the winner.
Nice.
Yo, there you go, guys. These are the winners.
That's beautiful.
You're all gonna, yep, you're all gonna get the. It's actually really good. Now I've got to manually go and find these people in the thing, and it's gonna be a headache. But there you go. That was that's yep. So you guys, you won. Just do a quick.
All right, congratulations, guys. Wait, we have Syntesa right there. That I recognize that name. He's been in the live streams quite a few times. So yeah, congrats to you, man. You've been very engaged in the comments as well. So very well deserved.
Syntesa is always here giving value, guys. Always asking us to look at gold. So he deserves it. He really
Definitely.
oh no, actually, no. Sorry, I got Syntesa. Wrong person. Yeah, missed you up. But you're also great. You're also fantastic. That's it, guys. Thank you very much, Jonathan. You do your thing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining today. Tomorrow, I had some plans for tomorrow. Let's see. I can't remember what those were. Yeah. So tomorrow, that's right. Tomorrow, I want to focus on trading psychology. And before the live stream tomorrow, I'm going to go through the trading journals and I'm going to look at some of the notes of my trades. And I'm going to be focusing on the statistics and the custom statistics of my journal that I've added based on psychology and like the mental edge, and we can see if it makes a difference, like compare trades where I have positive comments on trading psychology versus negative comments. Holy shit, look at EU.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I can't see. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, the 5ers value
worked.
gap.
It actually worked.
Value gap.
It's amazing.
Nice. This is what happens when you use the 5ers value gap. Like, gosh,
yeah.
With a mare, you put mare and the 5ers value gap, and that's it. This is a This is a strategy.
This is definitely. I'll consider this. You have a very beautiful name. There's an H in there though, so I'm not sure about that. But yeah, beautiful name. All right. Guys, on this note, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope to see you all in there. It's going to be a good one, and it's going to be a very important one because, as you know, trading psychology is probably one of the most important things if you want to become profitable. All right, guys, take care, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and most of all, go into the YouTube and check our other content that we provide here at the 5ers.